All right. What's up, guys? It's your boy Obama Gaming, and I'm here making a tier list with Trump and Biden, and it's going to be the most important tier list ever made. Since it is a Final Fantasy tier list after all. And I am the one making this tier list, but Trump and Biden will give their opinions on it along with mine, and we will help rank them to the best of our ability.
Wait, why is the highest tier named McDonald's tier?
Because McDonald's is obviously the best fast food chain to ever exist, ever! And I know the whole menu better than anyone else on earth.
You seriously had to ruin the intro for me again, Joe? Also, Trump said he would give me $10 later if I made S tier McDonald's tier. Plus, McDonald's is not the best fast food on earth. That position belongs to Culver's.
Also, guys, before the tier list starts, just rank all the NES FF games in highest tier and the newest Final Fantasy games in worst tier.
A common Joe L. Bro thinks the series fell off after Final Fantasy IV.
Biden say something like that again, and you're getting kicked from the call and never be able to rank games with me and Trump again.
Whatever, let's just try and get this over with so I can get back to me naps.
Oh, I forgot. We better hurry before the NPC Biden goes back to his 23-hour nap cycle.
I also hope we can actually get this tier list finished because we never agree on anything and it always ends in a big argument.
It's always Trump's fault that we never finish the tier list and causes most of the problems. Asterisk, 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 circumflex, 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 mfki.
Shut up, Joe. We also never finish the tier list because you're always napping in the middle of making them. Also, what did you just say?
Whatever, guys, let's just get the list started. Also, no, these are just the mainline games, so no spin-offs like Tactics or the FF7 spin-offs and the other crap. But if Tactics was on here, it would be S tier. All right, first is Final Fantasy I. I'm just going to get the NPC crap out of the way and say it was the first game, and without it, TGE others wouldn't exist, blah, 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 who cares? But for the first game, I think it's all right. You can see how creative they already were with the powers, the character classes, and enemies. But the story is much to be desired, and there is just better games.
Yeah, it's not that good, and plus the difficulty spikes were ridiculous. I don't know why old RPGs had those problems, but they really shone in this game. Like the enemies go from 0 to 100 real fast.
Just put this fame at S tier. Give it a break because it was the first, and the characters and grinding were fun, and who cares if the story was bad? It was a fun and creative game.
Nobody would put this game that high up, Biden. I'm just going to leave it at OK tier. Not a bad start to the tier list, I'd say. All right, guys, so far so good. Next up, we have FF2. A serious drop in quality, and plus from what ProJard had to say about it. The story looked sloppily made, and it had the same problems as the first game. Maybe even worse.
Oh, come on, man. It's not that bad. The story was really dark, but it wasn't terrible. At least put it in OK tier. That's where I would put it. Plus, just because ProJared said it's bad doesn't mean it is.
Just leave it at the lowest tier. It's just FF2. Nothing really to argue about.
ProJard is the most underappreciated YouTuber there is. And he has mostly W opinions on Final Fantasy, so can't dispute the facts. This game is one of the worst Final Fantasy games ever. Okay, now we have 3. I think this game was pretty good, actually. I play it a lot on my DS and thought the story and job class gameplay was pretty good. And the characters were adorable, which I know sounds weird, but whatever.
Put this game in McDonald's tier easily, the best game in the series. This was the first game with the job class system, and it's so well done and so unique. And the story was great. The gameplay was balanced and good old classic fun. And Xande was a great antagonist.
I don't really care where this one goes. It's old like Joe, so do whatever with it, Obama.
I like this game too, Biden. I really hate to do it, but it's just pretty good. Nothing too outstanding. But I do think the job class system was fun while it lasted. It's just McDonald's tier is reserved for the especially good games. If you know, you know. Now FF4, I don't know too much about this one, but I would like to hear what you guys think of it.
This was peak the game. Cecil was a great protag character, and I loved the unique job classes in this game too. You can also choose 12 characters. And the gameplay is so addicting, it's sad. The series went downhill after this game. I also like how it basically takes place on Earth.
Of course, Biden and his L opinions. This game was a mess and isn't even that good. Also, I don't know what you're smoking, but the series only got better from here on out. You're clearly blinded, but 40-year-old parent nostalgia.
I kind of want to play it now after Biden explained it, so I'll leave it at pretty good tier. Now, I also don't know much about 5, so I'll just leave it at okay tier.
Yeah, it was a downgrade of 4, but I like the cute Dragny on the case, so it's staying in okay tier is fine.
All I know is it was never released in the U.S. till years later, and I heard they kind of improved the job stuff and whatnot, but okay tier is fine.
Next is one of the most important FF games ever made, 6 aka Peak.
6 was pretty good and the OS was goated, but I hate the pixel remaster, and plus them removing the job system kind of sucked. But whatever, still a pretty good story.
This game is an easy McDonald's tier. The story was fantastic and very adventurous and intense. There was great characters and development between them. Locke was awesome. Celeste was awesome, and Terra was goated. And the soundtrack was amazing. Also, forget about the job system now. All the characters can learn spells, which threw people off, but who cares?
This game was mid and pretty overrated, actually.
And why is that, Joe?
Because it was a glitchy mess, and the story was kind of stupid. Kefka was overrated and was just super evil just because why not? And no job system equals lame. Also, and about a
Just ignore Biden, he's not funny, and just copying his idol, Dreamy Bull. But I still think the game is good, even if it's not my favorite.
I don't know anybody who's got beef with Final Fantasy VI as much as Biden, but whatever, he's old and only likes the 4 oldest Final Fantasy games. Maybe we should replace him in the tier list debate, but with who?
Maybe we could replace him with Lalo. Oh wait, never mind, I forgot Cheech is on vacation in the Czech Republic.
That's weird, but I guess we'll have to keep Sleepy Joe for now.
Pick me to replace Sleepy Joe.
Somewhere out there, a tree is producing oxygen for you. What a shame. Okay, next we enter 3D style gaming and into possibly most important Final Fantasy game ever made, F7. Back when this game came out, it was praised by basically everyone, but now that it's older, it's getting a lot more criticism. Although some of it is reasonable, but even to this day, I still think it's a pretty good game overall. Materia was a fun system that made exploration more fun. The soundtrack was one of the best ever alongside 6, 8, and 9, and maybe 10 soundtrack. Also, Cloud's story was sick as hell, ain't gonna lie.
Ain't no way, bro just said it's only pretty good. This is one of the greatest games ever made. The world and hub world was extremely memorable, and Midgar was cool. The materia was a top tier thing they added. The soundtrack was obviously the best of any FF game ever made. The story was, and still is, epic and amazing. It's a perfectly balanced game, not too short, but doesn't take too terribly long to beat.
This game is Midgar, but without the Gar, and I'm not joking, most overrated FF game and probably most overrated game ever made. It ruined an already almost dead series by adding materia which completely ruined the every character is unique aspect of Final Fantasy. Also, the graphics and character designs are super ugly. Cloud is okay, I guess his story is all right, but it's extremely overrated in general, and the game is super easy once you master the Midteria system. Also, the characters are bland, and who gives a crap about Sephiroth?
Are you serious, Biden? Your mother had to have dropped you on your head when you were first born. It's the most popular and memorable FF game for a reason. The graphics, while are dated, aren't even that bad. Sephiroth is an epic and memorable villain. I mean, why else would he be in Kingdom Hearts and Smash Bros? Cloud, Sephiroth, and Tifa are extremely well-known characters for a reason, and the game is not mid its way better than the old FF crap you like, Joe.
Just because it's the most popular and sure like 80% of F fans' first introduction to Final Fantasy was through this one, but I still stand that the characters suck. Cloud is a stupid Guts clone. Tifa is only known for her waifu material. Sephiroth is only known for his hair. Also, Aerith was a stupid character that I hated, and her death was laughably bad and poorly made. It made me laugh.
Did you seriously say Aerith's death was poorly made and made you laugh? Your purpose in life is being on my stream, sucking on my D daily. Your purpose is being in that chat, blowing that D daily. Your life is nothing. You serve zero purpose. You should kill yourself now and give somebody else a piece of that oxygen and ozone layer that's covered up so we can breathe inside this blue trap bubble. Because what are you here for? To worship me? kill yourself. I mean that with 100%, with 1,000%.
Well, this escalated quickly. But I sort of agree with Trump for the fact it's still pretty good. But there are other better FF games, but for now I'll leave it at top tier for it being so popular. And I love Tifa, not gonna lie, boys. All right, now next we have 8. Now me, personally, I don't really like this game. I think it's the worst of the PS1 Final Fantasy games, but it's not horrible either. I think the Squall is a terrible protag and is just another 90s emo with an unlikable and boring backstory. The other characters are also lame or just annoying. The story sucks and doesn't make any sense.
You're absolutely wrong. This game is the black sheep of the series and is very underrated. Squall, while he isn't cloud tier good, he's still pretty cool and is indeed very likable. The soundtrack is so good, it's on par with FF7, and the story isn't even that bad. Plus, Triple Triad. The card game was so much fun, TBH.
I gotta agree with Trump for the most part. It's def, underrated, no cap on gang. Triple Triad was cool. And I think it was an improvement over FF7. And I love how you can play other characters' backstory. The only big problem with this game for me is it isn't even fantasy. Like, why is it sci-fi and everyone has guns? It's honestly pretty stupid. But the game itself is not even close to my favorite. But it is underrated on MMDGov.
It being better than FF7 is a terrible take. But whatever Biden, at least Arvin, you can see how it is an underrated gem. So Obama, how about just put it in pretty good tier?
While, yeah, the soundtrack is amazing and I can see why you would like Triple Triad. It's just a pretty boring game in general. I could never get past the 5-hour mark because of how bored I was. And the draw system is flawed and tedious and just takes too much time in battle. Also, while I would put it in pretty good tier for you guys, instead, I'm putting it in okay tier for the fact that it isn't really fantasy at that point. Like, why does Squall and the Asian chick go to space in a Neil Armstrong suit in the story? But whatever. All right, now 9. And I hope we can all agree that this game is one of the best Final Fantasy games ever. Great story, love the art style and how silly the cutscenes are. Zidane was a great protag, great characters, great battles and gameplay. The locations and map are epic. An awesome soundtrack.
I really do gotta agree with you, Obama. No lie, this game is actually fantastic. Trans was a great comeback mechanic that was balanced and the characters were great. Dagger was goated, and Zidane was litty. Even that fat blue guy was all right. Except that zesty purple suit guy you fight late in the story, he was odd. But I'm hoping Joe will agree with us.
I gotta agree with you guys, actually. No, I'm serious. This is my favorite Final Fantasy after 4. Although I never beat it, I'm glad we can all agree on one game being super good. It was honestly a great game.
All right, good, we agree on something. The game did everything pretty good while not super mind-blowing, but yes, a real G game. All right, boys. Now we made it to 10, the game that changed everything. And honestly, I think it's an overall pretty good game. Pretty good, ain't gonna lie. Titus was a great character, the soundtrack was great. The story was very well made. And I love the themes and battle mechanics.
Okay, stop right there, Obama. This game was not good at all. It was the beginning of the downfall of the series, and the voice acting was trash, just like the story. And the game takes forever to even get anywhere. Even the most autistic of people would quit right away, and the game takes forever to beat. And Titties was not a good character either. His voice is terrible. And have you even heard that laugh he made?
Ooh, pick me to speak next. Oh wait, yeah, I think this game is pretty bad, what Trump said. And plus, it's not even Final Fantasy anymore during and after this game chronologically.
Oh my gosh, you guys have trash opinions. You two seriously both think FF8 was underrated? Like, bro, I actually heard mostly the female FF fans liked it more than mostly men because it's a romance kind of story. So are you both girls? Plus, I bet most of the female fans are lesbians anyways, because that's how gamer girls be. Not to be offensive, but you guys, gals really love the love story between Mid and Mid. Squall and that hot Asian, I seriously forgot her name because of how boring that game was. So ain't no way y'all hating on 10 when you guys ride 8s meet daily.
Why would you ever say that, Obama? That was mean asterisk, Chris asterisk. Also, I was willing to have patience and sit through making a tier list with you, but it turned out pretty mid and terrible. Like, get a life, it's like I give people wins, dude. I give Pill wins. This motherfuffer sucks.
Bro went full LTG mode right there, like chill out, bro.
Still better than 10. This game makes me want to sleep through it like One Piece. Also, this tier list is terrible. I'm seriously. about to leave the call because this tier list is so trash. No joke, I think even Biden agrees.
Better than any tier list you could make Trump. Also, do you guys by any chance like X2 or the other FF games?
No, they're trash. Just end the stupid tier list right now. This ended so badly. Like, just end it right now. It's so terrible.
See, I knew this was going to happen. We rarely agree on anything. Even though we all love Final Fantasy, our tier lists always end badly. So whatever you trash cans, I will see you all later. Got to grind on Tears of the Kingdom. What's up? It's Neon Flash Sparkatron talking to y'all in Obama's voice. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that like button on the video and punch that subscribe button while you're at it. New content will be on the way, even though my upload schedule is crap. But I'm also trying to tone down the language in my videos and overall improve my content. See y'all later and have a blessed summer break.